While sanding is a necessary part of woodworking, it is undeniably a tedious task. A good random orbital sander, sometimes referred to as a palm sander or as a random orbit sander, can make your sanding job easier, smoother, and more effective than merely scrubbing away with a piece of sandpaper, as well as far easier on your hands. We researched, tested a few at home, and evaluated the best random orbital sanders based on their power, speed, reliability, extra features, effectiveness, and overall value. There are many products available to choose the best random orbital sanders for you, each with different characteristics. To help you make informed and perfect decisions, I did extensive research, read tons of reviews, and compiled a list of the best random orbital sanders for you from reputable brands. After much research, I found these very helpful for people like you. If you want to know about the price and other information, be sure to check my description. So without any further delay, let's jump into the video. Number 1. Best overall. Bosch ROS 20 VSC Palm Sander. Sanding is definitely dusty work, but with the Bosch ROS 20 VSC 5-inch random orbital sander, you won't have as much to contend with once the job is done. We put this small but powerful random orbital sander to the test and greatly appreciated its built-in microfilter system that traps dust particles as small as 1/2 micron in diameter. It also has a twist-off dust canister that lets you see at a glance when it's full. There's also a vacuum hose adapter in case you prefer to hook the device to your wet-dry shop vacuum. But that's not the only benefit of this handy tool. It has a 2.5 amp motor, which is plenty of power for most DE tasks, and you can adjust the sanding speed between 7,500 and 12,000 orbits per minute (OP) to fine-tune the speed to your needs. Like most random orbital sanders, it uses 5-inch discs with hook and loop, that basically means Velcro attachments, so it's very easy to swap out discs when one wears out or you want to switch to a different grit. Although we had no difficulties during our testing session, a handful of buyers have complained that the discs come loose, however. We used this sander to clean up 3 rough-cut bookshelves with heavy grain and found it very easy to use. Not only does it have powerful performance, but it's designed for comfort and reduced hand fatigue. The ergonomically shaped handle has a soft grip top and is just long enough to allow you to grasp the sander in a variety of positions, greatly reducing strain on your hand and wrist. Even better, the soft grip helps reduce the vibration of the tool. All power sanders tend to create a great deal of vibration while in use, which can be tough on your hands. Overall, we gave this tool the top spot based on its combination of ease of use, powerful performance, and effective filtration system. It does a wonderful job of sanding without leaving any swirl marks or blemishes on the wood. While it's not the most powerful random orbital sander, it's more than sufficient for most typical DE projects. Along with a 1-year warranty, this tool includes a sanding pad, sanding disc, vacuum adapter, and soft-sided carrying case. Number 2. Best cordless. DEWALT 20-volt cordless sander. Most random orbital sanders are corded tools, but this model from DEWALT is a great cordless option with a 20-volt battery. That means there's no need to worry about the distance to the nearest electrical outlet and no fear of tripping over a cord. Instead, you get a brushless motor, which extends the tool's runtime, and plenty of power to tackle most common DE projects. The sander comes with a 2.0 amp-hour battery. On the plus side, that's not too heavy, but on the minus side, you can expect no more than a half hour or so of runtime before you need to recharge. Still, that's enough time for many sanding jobs, and if you really want longer runtime, the sander will work with any 20-volt DEWALT battery with higher amp hours. There's a variable speed control with settings from 8,000 ohm to 12,000 ohm, so you can go slow for better control or fast when you just want to remove material as quickly as possible. The sander has an ergonomic handle with a rubbery overmold on the grip that is comfortable in your hand and helps to reduce vibrations. The low-profile shape of the tool means your hand is closer to the wood while you work, thus increasing your control. And you'll appreciate the smooth, swirl-free results. Although this is a fairly expensive option, it might be worth it if you are looking for the convenience a cordless option provides. We also appreciate that it comes with a battery, charger, tool bag, and a 3-year warranty. Number 3. Best for remodeling. Milwaukee M18 Random Orbit Sander. If you are doing some remodeling around your home, maybe you are installing new cabinets or refinishing floors, adding built-in shelves, or replacing doors, then a sander is going to come in handy for those inevitable rough edges and slight adjustments. Our recommendation for remodeling is this cordless offering from Milwaukee, which runs off an 18-volt battery, not included, and provides almost the same kind of power and performance you'd expect from a corded sander, but without the bother of a cord. Runtime will depend on the amp hours of the battery you choose, as well as the way you're using the sander, but generally, you'll get around a half hour of runtime from a 3Ah battery. This random orbital sander uses 5-inch pads and has variable speed control with a range of 7,000 ohm to 12,000 ohm. It's designed to fit comfortably in your hand and to reduce vibrations, which is especially helpful during long work sessions. Like other cordless random orbital sanders, it can be a bit cumbersome until you are used to it, however. It includes an adapter for attaching the sander to a shop vacuum, but also has a dust collection box. A few customers complained that the collection box fell off easily or was hard to empty, though. Considering that you have to buy the battery separately, this is a somewhat expensive tool. Still, if you already have an 18-volt Milwaukee battery or use other cordless Milwaukee tools, the price is far more reasonable. Number 4. Best for woodworking. Makita BO5041K 5-inch random orbital sander. It might not be the most inexpensive random orbital sander, but when you're tackling a lengthy job, such as sanding wooden floor edges, or if you regularly do woodworking as a hobby or professionally, then you'll definitely appreciate the extra front handle on the Makita BO5041K 5-inch random orbital sander. This handy feature makes it easy to use two hands instead of just one, while working that's a lot less fatiguing and gives you extra control when working in tight corners. Plus, this sander has rubberized grips and an ergonomic design to reduce user fatigue even further. A handful of buyers did mention that they felt too much vibration, however. But that's not all that we love about this sander. With a 3-amp motor, it has a lot of power, and it has a variable speed control dial with settings from 4,000 to 12,000 orbits per minute. It also has a fairly large 1/8-inch orbit, allowing you to sand quickly. The typical range of orbit size on this type of tool is between 3/32 inch and 3/16 inch. Even better, the trigger switch has an easy-to-use lock, so no need to waste finger power keeping the power switch on while you work. There's a vacuum port adapter if you prefer to let your shop vac collect the dust, or you can rely on the tool's built-in high-capacity dust collection bag. The sander comes with a 5-inch sanding disc, case, and 1-year warranty. Number 5. Best heavy-duty. Bosch Dual Mode 6-inch random orbital sander. This beast might be more sander than you need, but if you do extensive woodworking that involves both aggressive sanding and finish sanding, then the Bosch GET75-6N might be for you. This 7.5-amp sander has two modes. One is random orbital sanding, for smooth swirl-free finish sanding. The other is turbo mode, which kicks up the sanding power times 3, basically turning the tool into a belt sander for rapid and rough sanding of wood and other materials. There is variable speed control, with a range of 3,300 ohm to 7,300 ohm, and the tool maintains speed even during heavy use. It uses 6-inch discs and has a removable pad guard to keep the sander from hitting nearby surfaces while you work. This is a rugged tool, constructed to last. It has a comfortable handle on top, as well as an auxiliary handle along the side for better control with less fatigue. However, at almost 6 pounds, this is a heavier sander than the others on our list. It has an attachment for connecting the sander to a shop vacuum, but it does not have a dust collection system of its own. Designed for serious woodworkers, the Bosch GET75-6N is expensive, but for those who demand or need high power and performance while spending hours sanding, it's money well spent. It's covered by a 1-year warranty. I make helpful videos daily, so do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Stay updated with our cool products as it will make your life much easier. If you want to know the details of a particular product, please comment. Thanks for staying with Creation Tech.